What's up, guys? This is James Maslow, and you're checking out Dean Kelly.
So brace yourself. These are the very interesting fan questions. I'm gonna quote them word for word. Okay. Taylor says, "I can't help but notice you have a smoking hot bod. Do you work out? If so, what exercises do you do?" Word for word.
Thank you for that compliment. First of all, and yeah, I do work out a lot. You know, I like to. I really am a huge believer in fitness, and I try and train almost every day. Sometimes I'm a little too motivated, and I actually have friends and a trainer that I work with, and sometimes they get mad at me for not taking the day off.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe in doing stuff that you love. I love playing sports and have fun running, and so I do a lot of that stuff with my friends. We'll go out and throw a football around or play some basketball. But I also train with a group of friends for climbing. I climbed Mount Whitney last June, and so we set huge goals. Right now we're training for Rainier. So those workouts are pretty much all free weight type stuff. Just constantly doing pull-ups and squats and running and going running in the mountains with like a 40-pound bag, because that's what you have to carry up these things. So that's some pretty crazy stuff that I do, but I love to do it. I just have a lot of fun doing that.
And I'm sure that being in shape also helps you when you guys are performing and stuff. It builds up the endurance, right?
Yeah, it does. It helps you. Just being in shape, being healthy helps me get through my days. I'll notice that when we have 14, 16-hour days, a lot of my coworkers will get tired, and I feel like I just have a little edge up because I try and stay healthy. And when we're on stage, it's pretty cool. Just doing what I'm doing kind of helps me to do a lot of physical stuff. Like when we do live performances, I can promise you right now, I'm going to be doing backflips and front flips and stuff off speakers just because it's fun and I can.
I'm going to hold you to that. When we come to your show, I'm going to make sure you do backflips.
I will.
Okay. All right.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So Jody is probably a friend of Taylor's, and Jody wants to know, you are physically perfect and so very handsome. Is there something about yourself that you are not comfortable with, or that you would change?
Oh, Jody, that's very sweet. Nobody's perfect, and I really mean that. Because everybody has flaws, but I think it's those flaws that give you character.
Mm-hmm.
I think anybody that trains or works out wants to change something. Not that they don't like it, just not to set goals. So.
Well, to make it better.
What could I make better? I have small calves. If I wanted some, I could have bigger calves. We'll say that. Why not? But at the same time, it doesn't bother me. I'd say the cool thing to do, if you aren't happy with something, and I think everybody is unhappy with something or other, just look at it and be like, hey, how could I change that? And then kind of set a goal to do it. And even if it doesn't change overnight, you're going to feel better through exercising. And that mentality, I think, helps you.
So number 4, Margaret wants to know, very serious question, do you own a Snuggie?
A Snuggie?
Yes.
One of the things that you put your arms in.
Yeah.
No, I don't own a Snuggie.
Have you seen the commercial where they're dancing in the kitchen and the dog has a Snuggie?
Oh yeah, I've seen the infomercials. I get you. I would love to own a Snuggie, but I don't.
All right,
that would be perfect on set, because if one of our sets is freezing, the other one's burning up. We have the winter and the summer stage, but the winter stage, I wish I had one. Maybe we'll get one now.
All right, so I think you're going to get a ton of Snuggies sent into you now. And you can have a different one every day.
Don't waste your money, guys. I can get I'll get one when I see one, but thank you.
And okay, the last question, which we received, I don't know how many of this question. They want to know, would you ever date a fan? We received at least 100 of these.
At least 100, wow.
Yes, very eager fans.
That's so cool that people sent in that many. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, you definitely
would I ever date a fan? Absolutely. And I say that seriously because I think that it doesn't really matter, who it is. In fact, people in the industry are usually too busy.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm so darn busy that it's hard to date anyone, but it really just comes down to who the person is. I'd like to think that anybody I'm going to date is in some way, is supportive of what I do, and that in a sense makes them a fan, and I want to be a fan of what they're doing and what their goals are. So, of course.
That's awesome.
Depends on the person.
That's awesome to hear. Fans are definitely very important. So, tell people to wrap up where they can watch your show.
They can watch Big Time Rush on Nickelodeon at Fridays at 8:30.
Mm-hmm. And what is the...
songs on iTunes.
And the songs are on iTunes now, right? Or some of them?
songs on iTunes right now, yeah.
Okay. And where is the best place for fans to keep up with you and to keep in touch?
I'd say Twitter, just at James Maslow. I really try and update that, every few times a day, and just let people know what I'm up to, and I try and get back to as many people as I can. Other than that, I am on, Facebook and MySpace as well, just under James Maslow, and I keep up with all of them, but I think Twitter's probably the most current, because I can keep that on my phone.
So you tweet a lot, or are you not really?
I just got into it like a few months ago, so I'm still getting used to it, but I do. I try and
It's
I try and
addicting.
tweet what I think is moderately interesting, which isn't necessarily everything I'm doing, but a couple times a day.
It's addicting though, isn't it?
It is. I get the sweetest messages back, and I'll sit there for an hour just replying to people because it's I've heard nothing but but nice things. My friends are the greatest in the world.
I looked yesterday, and you actually replied to I don't know how many people. I was like scrolling down, and you actually replied to a good chunk of the people that. I mean, I'm sure you get like tons of messages, but you actually replied to a chunk of them.
Yeah, I will always try and reply to as many as I can. Sometimes there's too many to get to everyone, but then a lot of people they'll write on like, oh, James Maslow didn't get to me, and they come back and I realize they've gone 5 times. I'm like, oh darn it! And I honestly will try and go look for those and get back to them. And honestly, if anybody ever pick something, I think that's the coolest thing in the world, because I always look at those and I'll get back to those in the first place. Not that you have to, but I think that's cool.
That's awesome.